If you own a A-frame trailer and you have a manual jack, or if you're like me and your trailer's jack just needs to be replaced, I have the greatest solution for you. This is a company that I've been talking to for probably about a couple weeks now, and they sent me out this powered jack, 12 volt. I'm going to show it to you guys online really quickly. Now, I wanted something that was really weatherproof. They actually send a waterproof cover to really help with longevity. But Polestar is the brand of this jack. Let's jump online really quickly. I want to show you guys the company, and then I'm going to unbox this thing and show you guys what it is. Now, in the next video, I will be installing this, so you want to stay tuned so you can see that. Outfitter is the company that sent this to me. I don't think that this is quite available yet to buy, but I will have a promo code down below. So if that is live, you'll be able to click that and save a few bucks on this product. So you guys see here, 5,000 pound electric trailer jack, 12 volt as I mentioned, for A-frame trailers. And they do claim that this has 22.5 inches of lift that is adding in the 4.5 inches that the leg can adjust here. So just keep that in mind. Now they do discuss, and we'll talk more in detail about this patented brake system and ball screw. But one of the main reasons why I chose this trailer jack is because of this right here. I want to go into more detail with this. My trailer jack is only 5 years old, and if you don't remember, my trailer lived in the garage for about a year before I took it back out. And yes, the jack on it is not completely dead, but it's really dying, and I just want something more waterproof. So you guys saw it does come with a cover, which is always going to prolong the life of it too. And just take note of some of the things down here and some of the accessories that come a part of this as well. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to unbox it so you guys can see it in person, and like I said, stay tuned for the next video. Package is undamaged, and let's just go ahead and open it from the top. So they do tape it up really good. On the top they have all your instructions here, and wow, it's pretty protected too with some styrofoam. So yeah, this is basically the bottom of it. There it is. So hopefully you guys can see the bottom of it. This is going to be the cover. And this is not just some cheapy cover that they give you. This is a really nice quality cover. You can actually tighten it up too. I wouldn't travel down the road with it. They also have, my knife on the back here. You guys see, you have your manual, I guess you can call this like jack, in case your battery dies and you just need to get this to work. So that's nice that they give that to you. And let's cut the sides of it. They do a pretty good job packaging this for sure. And then here is the jack. So you have your power. Oh yeah, look at how well this is protected. So you have like this rubber protection here. This is exactly what I was looking for here. This looks like it's gonna be for the light right here, LED. And this is not a big deal, but I like that they don't have a bunch of name on here. Some jack systems have like the names on it. I like how they designed this. It has like a clean look to it. And on the very top, let me show this to you. This is what I was looking for 100%. Weatherproofing. So this is where if you need to manually adjust this, obviously to take it off your truck or whatever, they give you all of this weather protection for this jack. I love it. And I can definitely tell like this plastic is a nice high grade plastic, and they discussed that too. You have all your wiring right here, so we can go ahead and get this installed, like I said. And if you have an 8-frame trailer, looks like you have 3 bolts that bolt this down too. And let me just take off the bottom piece and then I'll show you guys that too. Now, one thing I was going to complain about was how small the leg is. I like to see them maybe a little bit bigger than this, just not much bigger, but just a hair bigger. And I like aluminum because this high gloss paint looks good today, but it could actually over time chip up and scratch. But I will admit, spray paint would make this look good again, so not a huge issue. You guys see you have a pin down below to adjust the leg. Now, at first I didn't see this, but they do give you new hardware to get this installed. You guys see 3/8 by 1, some washers, and then you have your nuts, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, you have all your wiring to the hook up to the battery. And yeah, this is definitely a really nice jack, guys. I think that for what you're seeing right out of the box, it looks to be really high quality stuff. And we'll have to see in time how well it holds up. My goal is to keep my black trailer as long as I can, obviously, but yeah, I think that this should be a good addition to it. I really like the design of it, and just so you guys can see on the bottom, nothing really to see there, but yeah, the only complaint is I like to see a little bit bigger legs, just my personal preference there. But let's go ahead and discuss some information that you're not going to find online. I had a few questions for them, and they were able to answer just about every one without skipping a beat, so let's go ahead and check that out. Now, we've already talked about how much travel this thing has, which is 22.5 inches, including the adjustable leg, which is 4.5 inches of additional drop, okay? So if you have a lifted truck, that's gonna be good for that, obviously. Sometimes, depending on where you're dropping your trailer, that could also affect how much travel this will have. So that's what's nice about this is you should have more than enough, because it says here extended height is 31.5 inches measured from ground to center of mounting point. Okay, so that's a good bit. Again, we talked about the waterproofing. So here's what they say here. This has a IP58 waterproof rating. Now I'm gonna read this to you. It says here, built to last, this power jack boasts an IP58 waterproof rating, significantly boosting its durability. It provides 13 times longer resistance to corrosion, ensuring reliable performance in all weather. So as I said, these buttons are already weather protected too. And when I show you guys my trailer outside, you'll see why this is important. Some of the higher quality trailer manufacturers will use nicer jacks like this because of how they protect these controls here, because in time with the sun, with rain, whatever, moisture, these can shorten out, okay? Now, something that you won't see on the website, they do talk about the jack feature has an upgraded lift switch component. The material has been improved from brass to pure copper, and it's like a red copper, which offers higher conductivity and lower electrical resistance. As a result, it reduces heat generation, ensures more stable operation, and enhances durability, especially under frequent use or heavy loads. So that was something I asked them about internally, like what are some of the selling points internally about this jack system, and they were able to answer that question pretty quickly. Now let's talk about the braking system really quickly, because they sent me some extra information here. It does say here that it automatically adjusts the force based on the load, and they say that this design is safer and more reliable compared to the commonly used electromagnetic clutches in the market. It says here, with an electromagnetic clutch, the brake must be manually released before hand cranking, otherwise the jack cannot be operated. In contrast, our mechanical brake system requires no manual unlocking, and users can directly hand crank the jack without the risk of rollback. So that's what's nice about this system. And they did actually go from 11 connection points down to 3. So that should help obviously with, reliability as well. So let's go ahead and go outside. I want to show this to you guys side by side and show you the trailer we're going to be installing it on. And that will pretty much end this video. And in the next one, we're going to install it. That way you guys have an idea of how to hook this thing up. And as I said, they did provide the hardware here. So I may use this, or I may use what's already on my trailer. It just depends on, you know, how everything goes when we get it installed. So here's the jack we're going to be replacing. You guys can see too, like, this thing has just seen better days. And the light does still work, but the weathering of this thing is what really concerns me, right? You guys can see, like, sometimes this does not work when I push up on it. See that? And it's because it doesn't have like that rubber protection that this one has here. So over time, this is just kind of like worn out. Now up here, you guys can see I put this tape here to cover this up. Now there was a plastic trim piece here, but over time the sun just pretty much made it brittle and it fell off. So I like the fact that this one has this rubber cover here, so this should last a lot longer and it shouldn't fall off like I said, like the last one did there. So I just put tape on top, and because it twisted on here, you guys can see this plastic like lip here on this side, that one fell off because, like I said, it got brittle and just broke off. So yeah, I think that this is the main reason why I want to get something more durable. So this one definitely does check a lot of those boxes. And as I said, stay tuned for the next video, because we're going to remove this one and we're going to hook this one up to the battery, see how it does. And yeah, I think that if you're in the market for a jack right now, promo code down below, and let me know you guys' thoughts if you do buy it and use it. See you guys in the next video.